All right, all right. It is 10:30. Excuse me, 11:33. Man, time flies when you're having fun. It is 11:33, 11:33, and you're tuned into Heart Connections with your heart coach Adelai Brown, right here on KineticHiFi.com. It is time for Heart Talk. Heart Talk is the talk portion of our show. This is when we come together to renew our minds and restore our hearts. And we're talking about expectation. Today is Make It Happen Monday. What better way to make it happen than to expect for things to happen? I want to encourage you to think about, what have you been expecting? Be honest now. What have you been expecting? I want you to think about that. What have you been expecting? This segment is brought to you by my new book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. And I'm going to make this declaration. And I'm saying it's scary to say it, but I'm going to say it. This book is going to be such a blessing to everyone who reads it. It's going to really change people's lives. It's going to help people begin to heal. It is definitely going to be a tool that can be very powerful and effective in helping people heal. And I feel that down in my soul. I don't just say that because it's my book and I want to get it off on people, but I really want you help. So the book will be released the beginning of May. So in the next few weeks, make sure you pre-order your copy. It's at an introductory rate of only $10, but that price will be going up at the end of April. So you have one more week for $10 and it's going to go up. It's worth it. It's worth every bit of it. A lot will be to come. I will be teaching classes and things of that nature. I have been planning and prepping for this for a while, and I just, back to expectation. This thing is something that is big, it's stirring in my soul, and I know it's something, so you don't want to miss out on it. Pre-order your copy at connections.com. And I want to go ahead and let's get into this segment of Heart Talk. We're talking about expectation. To expect as divine is defined as regard something as likely to happen, to believe that someone or something will arrive soon, to look for something from someone as rightfully due or requisite in the circumstances. Check that now, to look for something or some from someone as rightfully due or requisite in the circumstances. Expect. What I have found, and for those of you that are listening in, if you want to catch me live, you can go to the YouTube channel, bit.ly/Heart Connections, and you can catch me live right there. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and like this video and share with all of your friends. I want to talk to you about expectation because it's Make It Happen Monday. And what I have found is many of us are living the lives that we are expecting to live. Things are happening in our lives that we expect to happen. So whether those things are good or bad, you have had a regard somewhere down in your soul, in your spirit, that you regarded something as likely to happen. It might not necessarily be something you like or something you want, but you regarded it as likely to happen. And on this Make It Happen Monday, I want to know, are you willing to regard your breakthrough and your blessings as likely to happen? Are you willing enough and vulnerable enough to open up and say, I am going to regard my breakthrough and my blessing as likely to happen? I am going to prepare for my breakthrough or blessing. I am going to expect it. I've found, even in my own personal life, God has been working with me on some personal things because I know that big things are stirring on the inside of me. I missed you guys so much on Friday, and I realized how much I love being here. I realized how much I love serving you guys and being on the air, doing Heart Talk, because not doing it, I felt empty. I felt like it was a void. And I realized that we're family. Our hearts are connected. That's why I want to go live on YouTube and on Facebook, because I know that between the two, a lot of you who are not on social media will still get on YouTube. I had an expectation of what God was doing. And I also realized that we have to push through anything that will hinder us from not expecting that breakthrough. It's the beginning of the week. Make It Happen Monday. A lot of people started off struggling. feeling bad. Maybe something happened. Maybe you got a call late last night about something that happened in your family or in your life. Maybe someone did something or said something that really hurt you. Maybe you applied for something and you got a response yesterday that it was denied. Maybe you were seeking someone and they did not want to find you. Whatever the case may be, I want to encourage you to expect your breakthrough. I want to encourage you to expect your blessings and regard it as likely to happen. And you have to do that. In the next segment, we're going to talk about what that will drive you to do. But I just want to first just start thinking about the expectation. I went to a financial money management conference. It was the Money Fair 2018. It was hosted by Increasing Hope Financial Training Center. Shout out to Miss Dorothea Bernique. And she had a great panel there. Reverend Isaac J. Holt, Reverend Nelson B. Rivers, Pastor Tanya Taylor, a young lady from the D Free financial movement, and another pastor, a Puerto Rican pastor, and he was awesome. I do not remember his name. I wanted to remember his name because I said I would love to check out his ministry one day. He was awesome. And it got me thinking about one thing that kept coming up when they were talking about the state of finances, why so many people are in debt, not just in the Black community, but America as a whole. And the conversation came up about the mindset and the way people think and the way people do things. And I realized that a lot of us don't realize we are in debt financially, physically, by way of our health, mentally and emotionally, by the way that we feel about ourselves and the world around us, as well as spiritually with our relationship with our creator, our heavenly father, because we're in debt because our expectations are so low. When you're indebted or in debt, you're behind, you're lacking something. And the problem with that is we have to get in a space of expectation so that we can be filled. If I'm thirsty, but I don't open my mouth to drink because I'm so thirsty and I've been thirsty so long, I'm not even expecting anything to drink. When water does come, if I don't open my mouth in expectation, I'll die of thirst in the face of water if I'm not in a state of expectation. The problem is many of us are so broken and so hurt, and we've been conditioned to this. Many of us have grown up in these environments and in these circumstances. So the problem is many of us are stuck in a space where all we expect is negative. All we expect is a breakdown in relationships. Like you get married expecting divorce. You have children expecting dysfunction. You grow older expecting to get sick. And then you wonder and pray and cry out to God when these things happen. We have to get to a space where we're not indebted to our fears. We have to get to a space where we are willing to get to a place of healing and enlightenment and breakthrough, no matter what is going on in our lives. We have to get to a place where we're like, you know what? I'm expecting something big to happen. I don't care about the notice I just got in the mail. I don't care if my husband is acting crazy or if my soon to be if my fiance is acting like she doesn't want to be my wife anymore. I am going to expect the best because I deserve the best and I need the best and I desire the best. The problem is many of us don't expect the best because the truth of the matter is we don't feel like we deserve it. We feel like we need to get better. We need to get right. Oh, I can get the best once I get right at this. And I can get the best once I figure this out. It's pride and it's holding us back. The first segment of Heart Talk, I talked about Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30. And Jesus was saying, come to me, all of you who are burdened and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. What he's saying is you have to have an expectation in him. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. In Jesus, we can have an expectation, a peace and rest and gentleness and humbleness, but we have to humble ourselves and submit ourselves to him. That's where we can have great expectation. Many of us are we fit God into our schedule. We fit this relationship with Christ into our request. It's as if God is a genie, or it's as if we have three wishes, like this is Jack and the beanstalk or something like that. And we have these three wishes or I'm mixing up stories, but you guys get what I'm saying. And we have to get to a space where we are willing to, we can get in an expectation of something great because we are in a space with the God of greatness and expectation. And that's all you can have in that space. When we find ourselves living below our means, thinking below our means, it's because we are looking at our circumstances from our vantage point, and we're not taking on a God point of view. And we have to look at this thing from a higher perspective. We have to look at this thing from a space where we are willing to say, you know what, I'm going to do this differently. You know what, God, I know that nobody in my family ever did this, but I have this burning desire in my heart and I'm going to do it. I know nobody was ever married, or if they did get married, they got divorced. But you know what? We're going to get married and it's going to be till death do us part, because I have an expectation in you. And I'm going to get this degree, even if nobody in my family ever got a degree, because my expectation is not in the past or in the norm or in the routine. My expectation is in you and what's to come and where we're going. And that is the focus we have to have. We have to believe on a higher level. We have to submit on a higher level, and that we can expect on a higher level, and then be blessed in a higher level, because we have a higher love that is serving us, empowering us, enlightening us, healing us, delivering us from all of the stresses and the strains of society. I hope you guys are feeling me. I hope you guys are feeling me. Let's expect. Let's get in this space. Let's get in this space of where we're regarding this greatness as likely to happen. Okay, let's have this cathexis into the idea of expectations. Let's invest some emotional and mental energy into this thing. All right, let's make it happen. This has been Heart Talk with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, right here on KineticHiFi.com. Make sure you get your tickets to the Teddy Pendergrass show, May 20th, with the Exquisite Event Center. Check it out, eventbrite.com, and Marvin Seafood and Monster Music and citypaper.com. Don't forget, expectation. Let's take it to a higher love with Show Baraka right here on KineticHiFi.com. We'll be back with more after this. Make sure you guys stick around. I love you. Stay in expectation. You deserve it. Kai Hi Fi. All right, guys. We'll be back with more. Thank you for being here. Make sure you just get my little cut. I'm really getting adjusted to this new shortcut. I'm feeling it, y'all. I'll be doing some things soon. Just stick with me. We'll be back with more. Make sure you stick around, tune in. I love y'all. And subscribe, like, share, and let me know what comments or topics you want to talk about. We'll keep it moving. We're in expectation on this beautiful Make It Happen Monday with your heart coach, Adelai Brown, on Heart Connections and KineticHiFi.com.